On November 28, 2025, China stunned the world by announcing it would halt all future purchases of Boeing aircraft. The decision ended a half-century partnership and sent shockwaves through the aviation industry. Boeing jets, once a staple in Chinese airports, had fueled China's economic rise and were central to Boeing's global business. But that era abruptly closed as China declared it would now rely on Airbus and its own COMAC. The move redrew the global aerospace map, sidelining Boeing in the world's fastest-growing market. Boeing's stock plummeted, and U.S. lawmakers scrambled to assess the fallout. This wasn't just a business decision, it was a clear signal of China's drive for technological self-sufficiency. Years of political and economic tensions had finally boiled over. Airbus and COMAC now step into the void, reshaping the future of flight. The dream of a single, interconnected aviation market has fractured. The skies are now a battleground of fierce competition and shifting alliances. The world is watching as a new era of uncertainty and rivalry takes flight. The battle for the skies has officially entered a turbulent new phase. Boeing and China's partnership began in the 1970s, symbolizing a bridge between East and West. Boeing's jets became the backbone of China's rapidly expanding airlines, connecting cities and fueling economic growth. The company invested heavily in China, opening training centers and manufacturing facilities. For decades, this was a win-win relationship, stabilizing U.S.-China ties and driving prosperity. But beneath the surface, China's ambitions grew. No longer content to be just a customer, China poured billions into developing its own aerospace industry. Political tensions between the U.S. and China deepened, eroding trust. What began as a story of cooperation slowly shifted to one of competition. Boeing's role as a stabilizing force faded as China sought to become a creator and competitor. The golden era ended, setting the stage for today's dramatic split. The partnership that once symbolized global cooperation now stands as a cautionary tale. China's focus turned inward, and Boeing's dominance was no longer assured. The unraveling of this alliance marks a turning point in aviation history. The world's skies are now defined by rivalry, not partnership. The era of easy collaboration is over. The breakup is complete. China's break with Boeing was the result of mounting political, economic, and safety concerns. The US-China trade war made Boeing a symbol of American leverage, and Beijing saw reliance on Boeing as a strategic risk. Political disputes over technology and security further chilled relations, turning aircraft deals into political chess pieces. The 737 MAX crashes shattered confidence in Boeing's safety standards. China was the first to ground the aircraft, signaling a loss of trust. The incidents exposed flaws in Boeing's design and certification, damaging its reputation in a country obsessed with safety. These crises accelerated China's push to reduce dependence on American technology. The decision to drop Boeing was a calculated move to protect national interests and boost its own industry. Trade disputes, political friction, and safety failures created unstoppable momentum. The trust built over decades was swept away in a few short years. China's strategic shift was inevitable. The perfect storm had hit, leaving the Boeing-China partnership in ruins. The message to the world was clear. China would chart its own course. Boeing's fall from grace was swift and final. The era of American dominance in China's skies was over. As Boeing faltered, Airbus thrived by embracing partnership and local investment in China. Airbus opened a final assembly line in Tianjin, employing Chinese workers and transferring valuable skills. This deep commitment made Airbus more than just a supplier. It became a trusted partner. Airbus also launched joint ventures and innovation centers, collaborating with Chinese tech firms on next-generation aviation. This approach contrasted sharply with the US, which was seen as limiting China's technological growth. With Boeing out, Airbus is poised to dominate China's aviation market. Massive orders for Airbus jets are expected, especially for the A320neo and A350. Airbus's patient, collaborative strategy has paid off, building trust where Boeing lost it. The company now stands as the foreign leader in China's skies. Airbus's success is a lesson in the power of partnership. The European consortium has navigated the political landscape with skill. The future of aviation in China now has a distinctly European accent. The other big winner is China's own COMAC, the state-backed aerospace champion. COMAC's C9-119, designed to rival the Boeing 737 and Airbus A320, is the centerpiece of China's industrial ambitions. Massive government support and a protected market have propelled the C9-119 into commercial service. State-owned airlines are placing large orders, ensuring steady demand and production growth. Each new C9-119 version features more homegrown technology, reducing reliance on Western suppliers. The jet is a symbol of China's Made in China 2025 strategy and technological progress. Flying the C9-19 is a patriotic act for Chinese airlines, supporting national aspirations. With Boeing sidelined, COMAC is poised to fill the gap and refine its manufacturing. The goal: compete globally with Airbus and Boeing. The rise of COMAC marks the start of a new three-way race for the skies. China's dragon has grown wings, and it's ready to soar. The global aviation order is being rewritten. Losing China is a devastating blow for Boeing. China once accounted for a quarter of Boeing's commercial sales, a revenue stream now gone. Billions in future orders vanished overnight, forcing Boeing into crisis mode. The pain ripples through Boeing's vast U.S. supply chain, threatening thousands of jobs in small businesses. Factory slowdowns and layoffs loom, especially in Seattle and the Puget Sound region. The loss is not just financial, it's a blow to American industrial prestige. Boeing, once the king of the skies, now faces a long road to recovery. The company must restructure, rebuild trust, and find new markets, a daunting challenge. The American middle class, tied to Boeing's fortunes, will feel the impact. The ripple effect extends across the U.S. manufacturing sector. Boeing's dominance is broken, and its future uncertain. The company's fall is a wake-up call for American industry. The consequences will be felt for years. The titan of aerospace has been brought to its knees. China's move is a geopolitical earthquake, reshaping the global aviation industry. The old Boeing-Airbus duopoly is shattered as COMAC rises with state backing. China's strategy of self-reliance and dual circulation is now in full force. By favoring Airbus and COMAC, China wields its market power to achieve strategic goals. The loss of China weakens American influence and soft power. Boeing jets once symbolized U.S. ingenuity. Now, that influence is fading. China is proving it can create its own alternatives or partner with Europe. The aviation world is fragmenting into technological blocks: American, European, and Chinese. This complicates global travel and airline operations. The trend toward deglobalization is accelerating, driven by geopolitical rivalry. The sky, once a symbol of connection, is now an arena for great power competition. The U.S. must rethink its industrial and diplomatic strategies. The world of aviation has entered a new multipolar age. The balance of power is shifting eastward. The future is more competitive and more uncertain than ever. For travelers, the changes may be subtle at first: different planes, new logos. But as Chinese airlines shift to COMAC and Airbus, the fleets will look very different. Airlines face new complexities, managing three major aircraft families, higher costs, and political pressures. Some may align fleets with favored manufacturers, limiting flexibility and routes. Yet competition could spur innovation. Greener, quieter, more efficient planes. Fragmented regulatory standards could create confusion and safety risks. The seamless global system is under threat. Navigating the skies now means navigating geopolitics. China's pivot to Airbus and COMAC marks the end of an era and the start of a new, contentious chapter in aviation. The dream of a unified global market has given way to rivalry and division. Boeing must rebuild trust and find new growth paths. Airbus must manage its new dominance. COMAC must prove itself globally. Airlines, suppliers, and governments face a turbulent, unpredictable market. National interests and self-sufficiency now drive the industry. The U.S. and its allies must invest in innovation and resilience. The competition is no longer just economic, it's a contest of systems and values. The future of flight is filled with both peril and promise. The skies have been divided, and the old map no longer applies. A new, fiercely competitive journey has just begun for the world.